Idun is an incredible healer who is powerful enough that she can be used in your mainstay party until the end of the game. I actually used her to fight the game super boss. In order to actually fuse her though, you must be at least level 42 and have completed the quest, A Goddess Stolen. The core power of Idun lies with her unique skill, Golden Apple. This is a healing skill that combines the effects of Meteorama and Luster Candy. Meteorama being a medium heal to your entire party, and Luster Candy being a buff that applies the effects of Mataru Kaja, Maraku Kaja, and Masakunda. Golden Apple does come with a hefty MP cost, but it's powerful enough that it is definitely worth optimizing her kit around, and that's exactly what I've done. To start things off, we have Great Mana Spring. This skill greatly increases Idun's MP pool and shines the most in fights against enemies with high defense or who are higher level than you, the reason for that being another skill that we'll talk about shortly. There is one catch to Great Mana Spring though. The earliest you can normally gain access to the skill is level 45. Not a problem if you wait until then to fuse Idun, but if you're like me and want to use her as soon as possible, you'll need to make clever use of game mechanics to gain access to it earlier. Next up is Boom Boost. This skill increases the duration of stat buffs and debuffs by 1 turn and is a natural fit for Idun and her Golden Apple skill. Ideally, you're only casting Golden Apple when you need to refresh the stat buff portion of it, and Boom Boost extends the duration of these buffs, giving you more time to recover MP with the next skill of choice, Spirit Drain. Spirit Drain is a simple skill that restores MP to the user. The amount restored varies depending on a number of factors such as Idun's magic stat, the enemy's vitality stat, buffs and debuffs that are present, as well as the enemy's level versus Idun's level. In many situations, you'll be able to fully recover the MP used on Golden Apple before you need to actually cast it again. However, because this isn't always the case, having a high MP pool is preferred, hence the inclusion of Great Mana Spring. The final piece of the puzzle is Bow of Hygeia. This skill increases the potency of the next healing skill cast by the user and allows it to heal over the recipient's max HP. A couple of things to note about this skill. First, it functions similarly to buffs such as Charge and Concentrate, in that the buff stays on the user until they consume it. What this means is that you can cast Bow of Hygeia 2 or even 3 turns in advance before actually using a heal and consuming the buff. The second important thing to note is that the overhealing that it allows is capped at 30% of the recipient's max HP. Because of this, using Bow of Hygeia before casting Golden Apple effectively turns Golden Apple into a big heal, an all stats buff, and a 30% HP shield to your entire party. With these skills in place, you can pretty effectively follow a rotation for Idun, starting with Bow of Hygeia, followed by Golden Apple, and finally 2 turns of Drained Spirit before repeating the process. Finally, to round out her kit, I like to keep DM Rita on her as a nice little utility heal, and I like to give her Resist Elec to shore up her one and only weakness. So now that we've taken a look at the skill set and the reasoning behind my choices, let's actually make ourselves one of the best healers in the game. Alright, so to start things off, there are a number of demons you're going to need to prepare in advance. First, you're going to need a Kelpie. This needs to be at least level 33. This is so that it can learn Resist Elec. You need a Kurama Tengu. Level doesn't matter. Azumi, level doesn't matter. Lilim specifically needs to be at least level 36. This is so that she learns Spirit Drain. Feng Wang, level doesn't matter. Ameno-Uzume, level doesn't matter. And Sandman, again, level does not matter. Once you have these demons, we can go ahead and start this fusion process for Idun. To do that, we're going to go up to Demon Fusion, Dyad Fusion, and we are going to be fusing Kelpie and Kurama Tengu together. Now, depending on where you are in the game, you probably won't have access to all 8 skill slots. This becomes available in the final area. If you're doing this as early as possible, you will only have access to 7, so just ignore that last skill slot. But here we want to make sure we pass down Resist Elec. Alright, now that we've done this, we do need to get this Horus to level up in order to get Great Mana Spring, which it learns at level 45. Now, this is no problem for me because I'm doing this post-game and my character is high level, but if you were doing this at level 42, the same way I did when I first made Idun, then you need to be a little creative. And what you're going to need to do is go to a very specific place on the map, and I'm going to skip to that so that I don't show you anything in between in case it spoils something. So, by the power of editing, let's get there. Okay, so here I am at one of these petrified statues. You can find these all over the map as you play throughout the game. If you come up to these and examine them and choose to absorb their power, it will level up all of your demons. Now, the cool thing about this is, and why this is useful if you are making Idun at the very earliest opportunity, they will allow you to level up demons beyond your character's level. Again, for me, at this point, this is not an issue because my character is currently level 95 because I've beaten the game, but I had to do this when I first fused Idun. So what you would do in your case, if you're doing this at level 42 like I did, you would come up to one of these statues, and you would say that you want to absorb his power, and it will level up every demon in your party. And you just want to do this 3 times until your Horus is level 45 and has learned Great Mana Spring. Let's go ahead and click through this. Now, if for some reason you have been using these statues every single time you see them and you don't have any available for you to come and use like I do, then you'll just have to do this the old-fashioned way and wait till you're at least level 45 in order to make this Idun. But assuming you've left some of these up and you have at least 3 of them, go ahead and go to each one of those, level up your Horus to level 45, and then we'll be ready to move on. So again, with the power of editing, let's get back to the fusion menu. Alright, so we're back here. So we're going to choose Demon Fusion, Dyad Fusion, select our Horus, and we're going to fuse this together with the Azumi in order to make a Hua Po. And we're going to be passing down, at the very least, the Great Mana Spring that we leveled up our Horus for, and Resist Elec. Everything else does not matter. Alright, and after we have made that Hua Po, we want to take the Lilim that we have, and we want to fuse it together with a Feng Huang in order to make a Muu Shuwuu. Here, the only thing we care about passing down is Spirit Drain. Alright, and depending on when you do this, she may or may not level up in order, high enough in order to get Boon Boost. Boon Boost is what we are currently looking for. So if you're like me right now and you did not get Boon Boost, you will need to level up this Muu Shuwuu to level 41, so I'm going to go ahead and do that real quickly with the power of editing. Alright, now that my Muu Shuwuu is magically level 41, you can go ahead and confirm that she does in fact have Boon Boost now. We can go ahead and proceed on with these fusions, and to do so we're actually going to select this Muu Shuwuu, and we're going to fuse it together with a Sandman in order to make a Parvati. Here, the main thing we're concerned about passing down is the Spirit Drain as well as the Boon Boost. Nothing else really matters. Alright, so with that done, we are ready to fuse Idun. I'm going to go ahead and move over and select her real quick so as not to spoil some of the other demons in case people don't know about all the different special demons, so just give me 1 sec. Alright, and here we are ready to fuse Idun. We have the Ameno-Uzume we had from the beginning, we have the Hua Po that has our Great Mana Spring as well as our Resist Elec, and we have the Parvati that currently has our Spirit Drain as well as our Boon Boost. Now, I have the ability to pass down the maximum number of skills. If you are doing this at the point where you only have 7 skill slots, which is what you should have when you are first able to fuse her, you will not be able to pass down Bowl of Hygeia at this point. So what we're going to do is pass down Spirit Drain, Great Mana Spring, Resist Elec, and Boon Boost. And now I can pass down Bowl of Hygeia. This will complete the build. What you will need to do is use a Parvati Essence and fuse the Essence onto Idun in order to pass down Bowl of Hygeia. If you're collecting all of the treasure chests in the game, you are guaranteed to get at least 1. If for some reason you have used up that Essence on somebody else, it's very easy to get another one. Just level up Parvati until she is about to get her enough experience until she's about to level up. Save your game, level her up, see if she gives you the Essence when she levels up. If she doesn't, reload the save, and she'll eventually give it to you. It shouldn't take that long. So I'm going to go ahead and do it this way since I have the 8 slots open to me, but like I said, if you are doing this at the earliest opportunity, you will only be able to pass down 4 abilities as opposed to 5. that's really all there is to it. Like I said, I know I was kind of rambling on a little bit there, but if you need to, you can choose the option to come in to here and use an essence fusion, and then you select her, and then you go find the Parvati essence and you give it to her that way if you were doing this at the earliest opportunity. If you're doing this much later in the game because you just maybe passed up on Idun or you want to refuse her, you'll be able to pass down everything you possibly could want to, and also at that point you may even be able to just do it without passing anything down because you may just have the essences to give her whatever you want. But either way, I hope this video was helpful for you. Look forward to the next one. We will be doing a tank Belphegor. Though due to the nature of how this game works with regards to essences, being able to basically make any build you want, I may or may not do a full fusion guide for that one. I may just show some of the more important fusions to get maybe some skills passed on, or maybe give some recommendations, or just show you what essences you need in order to pass down the skills you need. I haven't really thought that one through yet, but the next showcase at the very least will be for that tank Belphegor, so look forward to that one. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video if you found it helpful. Really does help out. And if you have any questions about this video or any other game that I cover, do feel free to hit me up over on Twitch at twitch.tv/RosalindGaming, where I do stream most nights, or you can hit me up over on my Discord server, both of which are linked in the video description down below. Until next time, take care.